Some recordings were never meant to be heard. This one was buried for nearly 2 decades. What you're about to hear is an unsealed case log, pulled from a corrupted surveillance reel recovered inside the Stanley Hotel. The hotel covered it up, authorities walked away, but one man kept the tape, and now he's pressing play.
This is Case Log 025, March 12th, 2023, time 0338 a.m. Location, Stanley Hotel, Estes Park, Colorado. Interview subject, Marla Quinn, former night manager. Dismissed in 2006 following a missing persons incident involving Daniel Matthews, age 9. The incident occurred in room 217. Audio is being transcribed for pattern comparison. Before we begin, you should know, I've reviewed over a dozen cases like this. Different cities, different names, but always the same elements. Late at night, sealed room, vanishing person, electrical interference. You're not the first to report this, but you are the only one still willing to talk. So let me ask you plainly, why now?
Because last week, I heard him again. And I don't think he was alone this time.
Let's talk about the night it happened. Start from the beginning. Your shift, what time you started, everything you remember, slowly.
My shift started at 10. I was covering for another staff member who called out sick. Off-season, light occupancy, maybe 5 guests total on that floor. Around 1 a.m., I took the service elevator to restock towels. That's when I noticed room 217's door was cracked open. Just slightly, but enough.
What did you do when you saw the door?
I stopped. At first, I assumed housekeeping hadn't closed it right, but we don't do turn-down service past 10. I called out, just a soft, "Hello?" No answer. I stepped closer, and that's when I heard it. A whisper. "Come, look." It didn't sound threatening. It sounded like an invitation.
That phrase, it's familiar. We've seen it scratched into bathroom stalls, written in steam on mirrors, heard it whispered on broken voicemails. It doesn't warn, it lures. That's how it pulls you in.
You're saying it was never about the boy. It was always about opening the door?
No. It was about who opens it.
When I leaned forward, the door started to move. It didn't slam, it didn't creak from the wind. It moved like someone was slowly pulling it closed from inside, deliberate, silent. And then it clicked shut. It wasn't loud, just final. Like whatever was inside wanted me to know I'd missed my chance.
And you're sure no one was there? No guests, no staff?
I've worked here for 6 years. I've handled panicked tourists, ghost hunters, even drunks. But that door, it didn't behave like a door. It reacted like it knew I was watching. I stood there frozen. Then came the knock.
Describe the knock.
3 knocks, perfectly spaced. Soft, but sharp, like knuckles on old wood. It sounded like it came from inside 217, but the hallway warped it. I turned around. Every other door was shut. Nothing but quiet. And then, the doorknob rattled. Then I heard the voice. A boy's voice. From the other side. "Is someone there? I'm stuck. He locked me in here." It sounded real. I believed it. So I reached for my master keycard. I swiped. Green light. Latch disengaged. I pushed the door open slowly, and it wasn't empty. It was wrong.
Define wrong.
The bed was made, lights off, no suitcase, no clutter, no trace of the family. But it wasn't clean. It was staged, like a room meant to look untouched. The curtains moved slightly, but the windows were sealed. There was a smell, faint, like rust and mold. And the mirror, it was fogged up. Just the mirror.
Fogged how?
Someone had breathed on it and written a single word in the condensation. Watch.
You said the mirror was the only thing fogged. Everything else was dry. No breath, no heat, and yet the word watch appeared.
I didn't touch it. I couldn't. I felt like if I did, something on the other side would see me. Not the reflection, but the thing pretending to be me. Like it was waiting for the glass to thin just enough to reach through.
We've encountered that kind of imprint before. Condensation patterns that defy temperature and airflow logic. It's not human breath. It's presence.
I've always believed places can remember people, but I never thought they could imitate them. That mirror, it didn't reflect what was in the room. It reflected what I wanted to be in the room.
There's a reason you were targeted. It always starts with someone curious, someone who listens too long, someone who doesn't walk away fast enough.
I didn't mean to listen. I thought I was helping a kid. I thought someone needed saving.
And now someone does. We recovered a 911 call, placed from room 217, time-stamped 3:14 a.m. You weren't the one who made it, were you?
No, that phone was disconnected. They removed all room landlines 2 years before.
The audio came through anyway. We'll play a segment. We ran an audio sweep of room 217 after the incident, pulled analog surveillance backups, checked the signal trace. There was something buried in the static, a voice, weak but distinct. It said it was trapped in the mirror.
Then it's real. I wasn't imagining it. I knew what I heard. I just didn't want it to be true.
That call was never officially recorded. No dispatcher logged it. But the audio exists, embedded in static on the analog surveillance reels from that night. Multiple sources, same timestamp.
Why would a mirror have a voice? Why would a child speak through it?
Because some reflections aren't echoes, they're invitations.
I started seeing things after that night. Not shadows, not ghosts. Versions of myself, moving just a split second too late. I'd blink, and in the mirror, I wouldn't.
That's not a hallucination. That's a delay. It's what we call reflective drift, when your mirror stops following you because something else is learning how to. When did you start dreaming about room 217?
3 nights after, same dream, over and over. I wake up inside the room, but it's reversed. Everything's flipped, like I'm inside the mirror. And I'm not alone. The bed is wet, and something is crouching beneath it.
We believe room 217 acts as a conduit, not just haunted, but active. It doesn't want guests. It wants echoes, people it can replace.
That's why it started with a child, because children believe, and belief is an open door.
And once it's open, it doesn't close. Tell me the last thing you heard before they transferred you out of the hotel.
A knock on my mirror. From the inside. 3 soft taps, and my own reflection, smiling back at me when I wasn't.
We traced the Matthews family's reservation. They stayed 3 nights. The parents checked out. Daniel never did. Security logs showed no exit, no tampering, just gone.
I saw his shoes still under the bed. Little Velcro sneakers. No dust on them, like he'd just taken them off moments before and stepped into something else.
Have you ever stepped into room 217 since that night?
Once, after the police left,
After the family left, it was sealed, but I still had my master key. I went in during daylight just to make it feel normal, but it wasn't. There were too many mirrors, even where there shouldn't have been any.
What do you mean?
I mean, the layout was wrong. Everywhere I turned, reflection. Closet door, a mirror. TV screen, mirror. Window pane, mirrored from the inside. It was like the room was built to watch itself. And when I looked closely, none of the mirrors showed me.
Firm. Did the police ever follow up with you? Ask for another statement?
No. They filed the report, labeled Daniel's case a runaway. No investigation, no media. The hotel paid the family quietly. And me? They let me go 3 days later. Said I violated protocol by entering a sealed room. A knock on my mirror. From the inside.
Has anyone else seen him? Any other staff, guests?
Not by name, but they describe him. Small boy, red hoodie, always reflected, never present. One woman swore her bathroom mirror showed a child standing behind her, but when she turned, nothing. And yet, the towel on the rack was damp.
You said earlier that room 217 had no phone, but we recovered a 911 call from it. How is that possible?
Because room 217 isn't just a room anymore. It's a receiver. It picks up things that don't have a voice, and sometimes it sends them out. The walls don't hold space. They hold a signal.
We enhanced the call, run it through filters. There was a second voice under the boys.
I know. I heard it too.
What did it say?
It whispered, "Let him stay," over and over. Like it wasn't asking, it was confirming.
The parents never reported hearing anything unusual?
They said he talked to himself a lot. Said he had an imaginary friend named Other Matthew. They laughed about it, said it was just a phase. But kids know the difference. Daniel stopped sleeping, started drawing mirrors with things behind them.
Tell me about the night he vanished.
He went to brush his teeth. That's all. His dad told him to get ready for bed. 5 minutes passed. 10. The light was still on in the bathroom, but Daniel was gone. And in the mirror, there was a tiny handprint.
We acquired security footage from the hallway, outside room 217, time-stamped at 3:13 a.m. You know what it showed?
Nothing?
A still frame. For 11 minutes. No motion. No change. And then, one flicker. Just one. Daniel, standing at the door, inside the mirror, in the reflection of the wall art.
I told them the mirrors weren't glass. Not in that room. They were windows. One way. And once something crossed through, it left the door ajar.
And someone else came in?
Or something. It wears him now. Like a skin it's still learning to walk in.
We found a voicemail left on the hotel's line, time-stamped 20 minutes after Daniel vanished.
The landline wasn't connected.
We know. But the message was real.
What did it say?
We recovered one last voicemail, time-stamped 20 minutes after Daniel vanished. It came through the hotel's line,
though that line had been disconnected for years. We acquired security footage from the hallway, outside room 217, time-stamped at 3:13 a.m. You know what it showed?
Nothing?
A still frame. For 11 minutes. No motion. No change. And then, one flicker. Just one. Daniel, standing at the door, inside the mirror, in the reflection of the wall art.
I told them
I hear him in the water. Running sinks, glass shower doors, sometimes even puddles. His voice echoes in places that shouldn't hold sound.
Then it's not just a haunting. It's replication.
And it's still growing, still learning.
Have you seen your own reflection today?
Not since this morning. Why?
In the security footage, you pass by a hallway mirror outside this room.
I didn't look at it.
You didn't, but your reflection did.
I told you, it watches me.
Not anymore.
What does that mean?
It wasn't watching you. It was waiting for you to stop watching it. And now, you're here, in this room, unmirrored. We've seen this before. Case log 002, a boy in Michigan who stopped casting shadows. Case log 009, a man in Ohio who was seen twice in the same mirror.
Are you saying I'm next?
I'm saying you may already be gone, and we're just speaking with what's left.
No, you're wrong. I'm still me.
I hope so. Because when this recording plays back, if we see anything move in the reflection behind you,
Don't let it speak.
I won't. Case log 018. Subject, Marla Reyes. Interview terminated. Mirror anomaly confirmed. Verbal pattern overlaps with Daniel Matthews. Internal reflection shows temporal misalignment. Room 217 will remain sealed indefinitely. This recording is now closed.